Judy Moody Gets Famous, Chapter 8, Body Parts. As soon as Judy got home, she unloaded the backpack and spread the dolls out on her bottom bunk. She, Dr. Judy Moody, was in an operating mood. On her bed was a doll that didn't talk or cry anymore, and one with no arms. There was a headless doll and one that was bald. First, Judy gave each of the dolls a bath. "I know just what I need," said Judy. "Body parts." She dug out her collection: long arms, skinny arms, brown legs, pink legs, middles with belly buttons, one bare foot, a thing that looked like a neck, and all sorts of heads: small heads, fat heads, Barbie heads, bald heads. Judy emptied a whole bag of body parts onto her bed. Rare! Judy glued a red wig with yarn braids onto the doll with no hair, and gave another one arms that bent. Judy bent the arm back and forth, to test it out. "Boo!" said the doll each time Judy lifted her arm. "You don't scare me," Judy told the doll. "And for you," she said to the headless doll, "a new head." From all the heads on her bed, Judy chose one with brown hair and green eyes. "There you go," said Judy, popping on the new head. And when she turned the doll upside down, to put some shoes on her, the doll's head flew off and bounced across the floor. "Whoa!" said Judy, reaching after the head. "That won't work. Try this one. How would you like eyes that can close and open?" Judy twisted the new head onto the doll's neck and waved her up and down through the air a few times to watch the eyes open and close. "Voila!" said Judy. She kissed the doll right on the nose. Next, she dressed each doll in a blue and white hospital gown that she made from an old sheet, and gave each one of them a paper bracelet printed with a name: Colby, Molly, Susanna, Laura. "Knock, knock," called Stink, pounding on her door. "Go away," said Judy. "Knock, knock," said Stink. "Who's there?" said Judy. "I stink," said Stink. "I stink who?" "I stink you should let me in your room," said Stink, letting himself in anyway, and he peeked behind the blanket hanging over the bottom bunk. "Ah!" he yelled, jumping back in shock. "Those dolls! The hospital! You stole! Those aren't! If Mom and Dad find out—" "Stink, you promised you wouldn't tell." "Yeah, but—" Judy was making a tiny cast out of gooey wet newspaper. "Look, if you keep quiet, I'll let you help me." "It's a deal," said Stink. Stink and Judy finished putting the cast on one of the doll's legs. When it dried, they painted it white and signed it with lots of made-up names. After that, they made a sling for another doll with a scrap of cloth. On a different doll, Dr. Judy put tattoo Band-Aids from her Band-Aid collection all over its legs, arms, and stomach. "Double cool," said Stink. Last but not least was a rag doll made of cloth. Judy took a pink marker and drew a scar from the doll's neck down to her belly button. Then she drew a red heart broken in two. With black thread, she stitched the broken heart back together, hiding it under the doll's hospital gown. "Just like that girl Laura," Stink said. When she was finished, Judy propped up all the dolls in a row on her bottom bunk and stood back to admire her work. She set her own doll, Hedda Get Betta, next to them. "Whoa, you made them look really good," said Stink. A little later, Judy packed all the dolls into a box and secretly mailed them back to the hospital. Without a return address, no one would ever know that she was the one who had stolen the dolls. "It's like a real doll hospital," thought Judy. She, Judy Moody, was on her way to being just like the first woman doctor, Elizabeth Blackwell.